though they had the vaccine, the problem was, how do you give it to everyone?
Exactly.
To prevent, you know, to...
And that's why, it's like, why couldn't they give it to everyone? They just didn't have enough.
The supply. It's just a matter of, like, you know, supply and demand. Yeah, like, if you want to get everyone vaccinated, how do you do it in the fastest way possible? That was the issue there.
Yeah,
it's not as easy as, oh, okay, not like, like, oh, we got the vaccine, everyone's safe.
No, it's just like, it seemed cruel. I mean, it's like, you have to give them the fastest way, but it's like, I would see how long we could wait to see if we could get enough to at least get maybe like, and not to the point where you have to draw birthdays like they did.
Yeah,
to, like,
but the thing is,
in Vietnam.
the thing is, it's just
like wait till you
fair.
have like enough. Yeah.
It's just being fair.
But then it's not being fair because not everyone's get it. Like people that work at the companies get it first. And
probably they prioritize. I mean, let's face it. Realistically, they would probably prioritize the people in who are responsible. You know, people in government. You know, people as doctors. They would prioritize those guys because we need those guys. Beyond the rest of society. And what do you have to say for yourself, young man?
Silent. Sounds odd. Silent case.
I really have no opinion for this movie. I mean, it's entertaining. I saw where they were coming from, and in its own right, it's a realistic thriller, which is refreshing to see. I don't know. I figure if you're the kind of person who likes watching trends or seeing how different things grow in different parts of the world, this would be the kind of visual orgasm for you. No, because seriously, if you're the kind of person,
word again.
I know. I've been saying that word a lot lately for some reason. Okay. Where was my train of thought?
Derailed.
Yep. No, derailed. It was derailed at orgasm. No, here. For people who enjoy books like The Tipping Point, or I don't know, things on like or who like studying microeconomics on a certain level, just to see how all these like little factors can trigger into something so big. This is the kind of movie for those kinds of people. I did not explain that well, but basically.
Why?
No, because it's I don't know. When I was watching the movie, I couldn't help but think of The Tipping Point. The Tipping Point is a book that follows different things like trends, viruses, basically everything, and it kind of shows how it starts.
Okay, so you mean literally like a trend, like the pattern of how things play out.
Yeah,
because that was one of the most interesting parts of the movie is how they did that. So
yeah, so that's my thoughts. And Jude Law was a shiznit in this movie.
I did like him. I don't like him all that much, but I liked him in this.
Yeah, he was easier. Yeah. And like
his teeth were jacked up.
No,
he has nasty British teeth.
No, I love that. I love that. No, you know what? That was the most British character he played.
I know.
That was the most authentic British character he played, coming from a British actor.
Yeah.
He really comes from like the Simpsons, the Book of British Smiles.
Yeah.
I
remember
it's really
when they showed the dental office.
That one.
You see like a really bad picture of Prince Charles with his I miss those early episodes.
And then I was surprised at the body count of all the stars here.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that too.
I'm glad people died. No, I'm glad they killed off Gwyneth Paltrow 5 minutes into
spoilers, all spoilers.
Yeah.
No, well, you guys were already spoiling certain.
Okay, but but anyway, I mean, it's in the trailer, and Gwyneth Paltrow dies, obviously. And like, but although there's that other one character who, like, wow, I didn't expect her.
Yeah. And you felt really bad because her character was sweet. Her character was such a trooper.
Anything else?
This might be. I dug the music. The music choice was very interesting.
Good choices.
It made it.
The atmosphere.
That's what made it not feel like it was as scientific as it was. Because at those moments, it felt like it was some kind of like, I don't know, like some kind of thriller. Like it was going to be like a twist or something.
It's kind of like the way that Social Network did the same thing. It's like, it's a movie about just talking, but at least the sound. No, but the soundtrack was the thing that kept it like moving.
No, you know what? If the Social Network had the same direction and the same editing, it might have been a more interesting movie. If it had the same editing and the same directing as this movie. The Social Network would have actually been a more interesting movie. Because you have two movies that basically follow two paths we see regularly. It follows disease, and the other movie follows like a trend that's going on. And basically it tracks like the highs and the lows and the ins and the outs of the whole thing. I'm just saying if they made the Social Network to be just as interesting as, if they gave it the kind of spin they gave this one instead of just being a Mark Zuckerberg movie with just him going.
And it's weird Asperger's syndrome talk, or that might just be just Asperger's.
He always talks.
And all the slippers.
But yeah, no, I actually might agree with that because there were a lot of characters in that movie and a lot of storylines, and it was. I never got.
Yeah, no.
I never finished it.
No, I was forced to watch The Social Network. I didn't like it at all.
Yeah, I think it might have taken it. There were enough storylines for different people, for them to do it similar to this one.
I mean, I wasn't the biggest fan of The Social Network. It was I thought it was an okay movie. I thought the dialogue was decent. I only didn't like it because like the end it just fell flat. It's like, that's it. Here, it's just like, you know, there's no build of attention or anything like that. No suspense. Because you consider that the writer is the same guy who did A Few Good Men.
Yeah.
You would have expected some build up, but here it's like, okay, it just ends.
Yes.
In Social Network. Here, yeah, they build it up to a certain extent. Well, I felt the ending was a bit touchy for me.
No, I like the way it ended.
I liked it. I felt like they could have done more if they had had less storylines. Because it seems like there's a lot of change in there.
Right.
So if they had taken out some of the stuff and maybe taken out a few like character, like there wasn't a whole lot of characters. Like that whole thing with the girl and dad, she would do that. Like, and they could have maybe had a more. It felt unfinished. It felt unfinished for me. Like they could have had a more definitive ending. Even though I did like the way they ended it, I thought it was kind of smart. It was cool, but they could have done that after there was a more end.
It's okay. Honestly, I felt it could have gone darker.
No, actually,
they
could have gone darker. They could have just gone all out.
You know, actually, when you kind of think of all the different characters that get killed off in this movie, you know, the interesting thing about it is that it actually ends on a perfect note because when you have all these different storylines running throughout the movie. And they all end at certain points. Some end unexpectedly, some end a bit too soon, some end a bit too late. But it's actually nice because that's how it really happens in real life scenarios.